Hey everybody, welcome to my Am I the Asshole segment of my YouTube. And today I'm going to be reading a few Am I the Asshole stories, and you can tell me what you guys think of them. So sit back and relax and enjoy the story. First story is called Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Be Civil with My Brother's Girlfriend? And this is from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? And it starts off by saying, hello, longtime lurker and first time poster. Sorry if this post is a mess. For some backstory, I, 19 female, have two brothers, but one is relevant. Let's call him Nolan, 20 male. Nolan, for the past 2 or 3 years, has been on and off with his girlfriend, Izzy, 19 female. I have honestly never liked Izzy, and for the longest time, I couldn't tell you why. However, I began to somewhat warm up to her a little during the late 2025. I won't say I liked her, but I didn't dislike her as much. Then at the beginning of December, she messaged me right away saying, "Don't tell anyone, but send Nolan's location." So naturally, I called my brother, warning him before I sent her his location. About 30 or so minutes later, I got another message from her asking her to tell her when he got home. Confused, I messaged Nolan, warning him that she messaged me again, asking me what the hell was going on. He only responds with "got her" and didn't respond for the rest of the evening. So I texted my mother a bit later. My father calls me, informing me that anytime Izzy messages asking for Nolan's location, to ignore it because she fucked up and is now trying to hunt him down to apologize. Now I am more confused, and once Nolan got home, I went to ask him questions, only to overhear that she was cheating on him with a newly married man. And even more importantly, this wasn't the first time. I have made past girlfriends who did similar things cry after going off on them, and when I offered to do the same, my brother told me no, to be the bigger person. So instead I blocked and told Izzy to never message me again. Well, now Izzy's coming back over and they're spending time together again. I didn't even know until my little brother, Mason, 13 male, said something to my father. My dad turned to me and told me to be nice, but I only told him that Nolan was only asking to be cheated on before storming off to my room. Now anytime she's over, I am less than welcoming. Thankfully, she's mostly downstairs with Nolan, so I don't see her. But me and my mom have gone into argument when I found out Izzy was at the house the other day. When I expressed my dislike and frustration about my brother's idiocracy, my brother told me that I need to keep my mouth shut. I told her in response I would never be like Izzy and I would never be civil with her, and I couldn't help it. My mom told me I needed to quit being a bitch and to suck it up, or else I was going to drive a wedge between me and my brother Nolan. So I just want to know, is my mom right, or am I the asshole? I want to say that I feel like everybody is kind of the asshole. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think she's kind of being an asshole for the way she's being with Izzy, or do you think she has a reason to be? Because I get it. I feel like if my siblings are going through things and they tell me things, obviously I'm gonna have like a biased opinion after they like vent to me about their boyfriend or girlfriend and like treating them unwell, and then obviously I'm not gonna like them after that, and it takes everything in me not to act on it. But I don't know, I kind of feel like at this point it's up to like the brother to, it's gonna be up to him to make the call whether to stay with her or not. And it's not really up to you at that point because it's not your life, it's not your girlfriend. So even if he decides to be with her again, like, yeah, it sucks because you already got cheated on, but I mean, it's not your relationship to be making the shots or calling the shots, you know? So at that point I feel like maybe you're kind of creating a wedge in a way because your brother is telling you that he doesn't want you to get involved. So maybe, I mean, I know it's hard because trust me, I've been through that before, like with my own siblings, and I'm sure they've been through that with me too. I don't know. I just feel as though maybe it's doing a little too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? I read the edit. It says, I have yet to have an actual conversation with her since I mostly try to ignore her and she ignores me. The most extent we have interacted since is asking if our communication professor, we have class together, gave me good feedback on my speech. I said yes otherwise, but nothing else, and returned to chatting with my brother. Yeah, because I also feel too as though this is why I don't really like to be besties with, well, I guess it depends because I'm pretty close to my brother's wife, but that's different. Like, he's married, and my sister's husband, like, she's married too. So I've never been in the situation where I've been close to the person that my sibling was dating and then they cheated on my sibling, and now like our relationship is strained, and so is their relationship with my sibling is strained because of that reason. I don't think I've ever been in that situation before, so I don't really know. But the first comment here says, your mother is incorrect and you need to give Nolan room to make his own mistakes. dad's relationship is not yours. You can be there for him when she does it, but you can't control either one of them. See, that's what I was saying too. I feel like I don't know if she's necessarily the asshole, but I just feel like she's kind of she's not respecting boundaries basically. And the comment under that initial comment says, "Not the asshole, but your mother is right. Two things can be true at once." And then the following comment says, "100% this. As a sister to a brother with questionable taste, please learn from my mistakes. They just get angry at you when you get involved and you end up pushing them closer together. And the whole relationship takes way longer to fizzle out. Just bite your tongue and try your best to be civil and keep your relationship with your brother about your brother and not this Izzy chick." Another comment says, "Not the asshole, but stay out of it, ignore it, and avoid her instead of creating drama." This one actually says, "You're the asshole. Your mother is right. First, I admire you caring so much about your brother and his well being. But when it comes to your relationships, it doesn't matter who you like or who you don't like. This is his life, and the best you can do is be supportive. Situations like this must unfold them by themselves, and it's up to him to make it right by choices. By the way, be nice if that's what he wants. Like I said, it's about supporting him and respecting his choices. Best of luck." I don't know if I agree with that. Like, I don't even think really that they're the asshole. I think maybe I would say there's no assholes here. Well, that's not true. Take that back. There is assholes here. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel kind of conflicted because I don't know if I would necessarily call them the asshole because I kind of get it. Like, if you're really close to your sibling, you're gonna have that like despised feeling about your siblings girlfriend or boyfriend, especially if you're really close. I feel like if you're not as close, it's not really gonna affect you that much, you know? Or maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I don't think it will affect you as much as as it does to this person, maybe. I don't know, who's to say that she's actually close to her brother or not? Maybe it's just like a sibling thing. The comment underneath that says, "You need to be nice or civil to someone who cheated on your family." And then the following comment says, "Yeah, but OP seems to care more about being the cool chick who can make other girls cry by going off on them." That's true. I didn't even catch that. She did say at the end of that post, like, "I'm the kind of person that makes like past girlfriends cry." It's like kind of like she takes pride in it. So yeah, maybe I changed my mind. Maybe she is the asshole because that's kind of weird. Why are you? Is that like the main reason why you want to like say something, or is it actually because you care about your sibling? You know? They follow up by saying, "Nolan didn't even tell OP what was going on. She simply overheard some stuff and is centering herself. Nolan told her to stay out of the conflict and she never had another conversation about it with her brother since." Kind of feels like she's only wants to like stir the pot, really, and she's not actually concerned about her brother necessarily, you know? Okay. Okay, next story. This one is called, "Am I the asshole for expecting a girl to get off the treadmill in the gym?" And this was posted 18 hours ago by mathematician lazy 710. Okay. The gym I go to doesn't have a lot of treadmills, and I recently started running. I went to the gym with my partner last night and all the treadmills were in use. I used some of the weight machines to start them and then went back to the treadmills. I noticed that there was this girl that just sat on the treadmill while her friend was using the treadmill next to her. She had been there for at least 15 minutes not using it, so I went up to her and asked her if she was planning on using it. She said that she was with her friend, she can I just said she can wait next to her friend's machine instead of taking up the machines from people that want to use them. She shrugged her shoulders and refused to move. A woman comes over and asks what's happening, so I explain it. She said that she's a girl's mother and I shouldn't be telling her daughter to move. I just said her daughter shouldn't be taking up machines that she has no intention of using. She said that her daughter is willing to sit there. That doesn't make sense. She said that her daughter is willing to sit there if she wants and that she's doing nothing wrong. I just said I can see where her daughter gets her entitlement from. She said I was out of order for commenting on her parent, but I just said that she should be a better parent if she can't handle any criticism. A member of the staff came over when I explained what was going on and she asked the daughter to move off the treadmill or leave the gym. My girlfriend said that maybe I shouldn't have argued with the mother, but I don't see how I could have done anything wrong. Am I the asshole for asking a girl to get off the treadmill in the gym, then arguing with her mother? Okay, right off the bat, I feel like not the asshole because I go to the gym like at least 4 to 5 times a week, and one of the biggest peeves that annoy me when I'm at the gym is when people are just sitting at a station and they're not using it. And I would never say anything because I'm kind of people pleaser, so I'll just like see it and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Maybe that's me just being a little like baby back, you know? But I don't know. I don't really say anything, but it really does peeve me out because I'm like, dude, especially when it's like really busy and people are just sitting at treadmills or they're like sitting at stations where they're just like on their phone and they're not using it. And I'll literally be there like stretching because I'm it's in the same area as like the stretching station. And I'll be there like stretching for like 30 minutes, 15, 30 minutes or 15, 20 minutes. And they'll still be there like by the time I'm done. And then when I come back to finish our workout, they're still there. It's like, dude, that's like almost like an hour and a half. That's crazy. Like at that point, you need to move on or you need at least some kind of like situational awareness, which I feel as though a lot of people lack, especially at the gym. Well, at the gym, I feel there's a lack of like spatial awareness and situational awareness, which really sucks. And I feel like that's one of them. I can just tell you right off the bat though, it's like you need more like awareness. I wonder if the girl was like young too, because the way that she reacted, like the pettiness that she reacted with makes me feel like she was like an adolescent, kind of maybe like middle school or high school. I don't know. But then OP makes it seem as if the girl isn't young. So I don't know. I'll just say that she's not the asshole. But let's read the first comment. First comment says, not the asshole, but next time you might consider just notifying an attendant first. See, okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's something I should probably do when that happens to me. And then the following comment says, before asking politely once, did everyone really backslide that far socially? And then another comment replying to that one says, after you've asked politely once, don't stick around to argue. I agree. They should have told like a attendant, like some kind of somebody that works there. They probably would have handled it better than that. I'm sure. The next comment says, not the asshole, coming from another teenage girl you have. Oh, teenage girl. So I guess they were, wait, did they say they were a teenage girl? That they were a teenage girl? I didn't catch that. But yeah, so this comment says, not the asshole, coming from another teenage girl, you had every right to tell her to move. The mother's entitled and so is the girl. Yeah, that is, because it's like, dude, like you're not the only one that pays for this gym, you know? Or maybe they don't pay for it. Maybe it's like some kind of gym that's included in, I don't know, like an apartment or something. But yeah. Another comment says, clearly not the asshole. Both of them are entitled assholes, and if they couldn't understand your request and logic, then the two of them shouldn't be allowed in the gym. Good on UOP for standing your ground. Good on the employee for the backup. What's wrong with these people? Yeah, honestly, that's not good gym etiquette, honestly. Like, it shouldn't have even turned into that, but it did. It should have just been like, oh, my bad, here you go. Especially because if all the treadmills are already taken, like, I don't know, it's like it goes back around to just not having awareness. Like, why are you sitting on a treadmill when you know all the treadmills are taken? Like, you know what I mean? I guess I can kind of maybe see an understanding if maybe all the treadmills weren't taken, but they were. So I don't know. It's just, I feel like this is common sense. But common sense ain't that common these days, as people say. Okay. Somebody else says, not the asshole. She can stand next to her friend on the treadmill. It's a gym, not a Starbucks. Okay, so yeah, agreed. Not the asshole. What do you guys think? I mean, like, what kind of peeves do you guys have at the gym? That's one of mine. Another one of mine too is when people leave their weights like on the weight rack. I mean, when people don't put their weights back on the weight rack. Like I use the, what do you call it? I can't think of the word. The leg press. And there's always people that load it up with the 45s. And like sometimes they'll have like 3 or 4 weights on each of like 45. I don't know what you call them, like for the 45 like weights or whatever. And then after they're done with them, they'll just leave them there. And I'm just like, do you just like, are you just not strong enough with your arms that you can't put them back? Like maybe you need to work on arms and not legs, you know? Because that's annoying. Because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I don't lift that much, honestly. And that's a freaking pain in the ass to put back. I'm not saying I'm struggling when I'm putting them back, but it's a freaking hassle. Like if you can put them on the leg press, you can put them back. You know what I mean? It's like be what's the word? Considerate. Be considerate. Okay, next story. All right. Okay, this one was posted 22 hours ago, and this one's called, Am I the Asshole for Not Citing a Friend for Treating Restaurant Staff Rudely When They Served Her a Cocktail Instead of a mocktail that she ordered? A friend and I met for dinner, and she ordered a mocktail. She later complained she tasted alcohol and started feeling itchy. She can drink, but sometimes my experience are rash if she's had too much. A waitress suggested that it might be a non-alcoholic substitutes mimicking the flavor and promised to check, but due to how busy the restaurant was, she forgot to come back. When the bill came, we saw a cocktail charge, and that's when we realized that my friend was indeed served a cocktail instead of a mocktail. The waitress apologized profusely for the mistake and adjusted the bill immediately, admitting that she accidentally gaslighted my friend earlier and my friend got visibly angry. When the waiter who took her mocktail order came to clear the plates, she took the opportunity to confront him. As he was off guard, he gave a dismissive, "Oh, okay," which made her angrier. When the waitress returned, my friend vented again in a talk down tone, reminding her of the gaslighting earlier. The waitress's tones shifted from her bubbly to sounding like she was about to cry, while she listed out the mistakes on her part and apologized on behalf of the coworker as well. My friend then demanded the original waiter return to apologize personally, and he did so visibly shaken and scared. The restaurant manager stepped in as well, but my friend remained rude and demanding when asking for the APV just in case she needed to see a doctor. And her tone was like, "Just give me the number. I need to know the number." FYI, 10 minutes later we left the restaurant, her itch went away. The manager later texted me to offer a full refund, and my friend wanted me to send a collective "we" feedback, harping about how serious the mistake was, about the itch, the poor service recovery, and the lack of concrete action and goodwill. I can personally empathize that restaurant staff are human and oversight happens, and I do not condone the way she spoke to the staff as she was very rude. So I told her that she could share the feedback directly herself. I also emphasized to her that I agree that it was a grave mistake on the restaurant's end, but her reaction towards the staff who were clearly shaken was out of line. She doubled down, citing a friend's experience with the peanut allergy to justify her behavior. Later on, she said that she no longer feels comfortable going out with me because she found it alarming that I thought that she overreacted, as she could have landed in a more serious condition. And then the too long didn't read says the restaurant incorrectly served my friend a cocktail instead of a mocktail, which caused her to get an itch and then got understandably upset and then rudely made the staff apologize. While I agree that the restaurant made a serious mistake, I found her behavior uncalled for. She then said she's no longer comfortable going out with me because my disagreement to her reaction was alarming to her, as she said that she could have landed a serious situation. I wonder if they're asking, they didn't really say am I the asshole, but I wonder if they're asking if her friend's the asshole, which yes, I think her friend is the asshole because, I mean, I get it. She has a right to be upset over the waitress serving her an alcoholic beverage over like a non-alcoholic beverage. Like that's actually kind of a serious like detail that was missed. But like for her to go off on them so hard, like she just said that they were really busy. So it's like, dude, they made an honest mistake. They said sorry. They were already ready for like giving her a refund, and that still wasn't enough for her. So it's like, what more did you want? Like they already said sorry. They were both like visibly apologetic and expressed remorse, and then like she still wanted to make some kind of feedback post on it, which I don't understand, because they already offered to refund her and everything. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I being too naive? I feel like maybe I'm being too naive. I don't really drink often, but I guess, I mean, that is a serious issue. I just don't know why she had to go so hard on her. Like that is a serious issue to bring up and to definitely scold management about, but why'd you have to go so hard on her for? I don't know. She looked like she was gonna cry, or I don't know. I'm just being a people pleaser, I guess. That's my issue. All right, first comment says, honestly, you're the asshole. It's an absolutely horrible error for a restaurant to make and then pretend it didn't happen. Maybe it's no big deal for your friend to get itchy, but people who are sober and trying to blend in, people on medications. Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I was being naive. My bad. I'm sorry. Don't attack me. But that's true, because like what if they serve that kind of drink to somebody that's been like sober for years, or somebody that, exactly what they said, like they can't be taking medication with alcohol. Okay, so they go on to say there can be serious consequences for people. You can't give people ordering mocktails a cocktail on accident. When they ask you to double check, you don't give them bad information that can easily be seen on tablet. I'm not saying they should be arrested and put on a list to be tarred and feathered, but the restaurant has to know. Maybe your friend was rude, but the actions by the restaurant warranted a response and management needed to know. I mean, the demanding an apology, etc., seems dramatic. See, like that's the part I was saying about. Not even the demanding an apology, but the afterwards when they were still like going further than that. That's the part that I was like, okay. You standing up for the little guy sounds more like virtue signaling than anything else. I can personally empathize with the restaurant staff are human and oversight happens. Yeah, most people can. Honestly, you both sound insufferable and should remain friends. Damn, that's hard. Okay. This one got 7.8k upvotes too. So maybe it's just me being dumb. I'm sorry. This is okay. There's a comment following that initial comment. And it says this is exactly it. That friend may have been slightly excessive, but her anger was justified when the waitress brushed it off and never followed up with the initial concern raised. Management 100% needs to know what happened so staff can be restrained. Oh, restrained. I mean, retrained. My bad. Restrained. I was like, dang, they gotta restrain them. They were that upset. Both to prevent those types of mix-ups and to ensure that they are handled appropriately if they ever do happen. I'm many years sober and on medication that cannot be combined with alcohol, and have a food allergy that makes alcoholic drinks problematic. One drink would be a big problem for me, and I would be incensed if wait staff ignored or lied about something like this. That said, I would never continue drinking something I was suspicious about either, and I find the friend's judgment a bit odd in this regard. Yeah, that is true. I guess that didn't cross my mind that it could affect people that are sober and don't want to drink. I mean, I don't really drink either, but I was just thinking about like if that happened to me, I guess I'd be like, why did you give me alcoholic when I didn't ask for an alcoholic, I guess? I don't know. But that makes sense. Another comment says, yeah, you're the asshole. I would be with the staff if they apologized immediately and then swapped the drink, but it sounds like they lied until they're, oh yeah, they did lie, huh? For me, I guess for me, when I read it, it sounded like they forgot because it was so busy. But I guess they intentionally ignored it, which is different than just forgetting. Not saying that they're off the hook for either or, but they go on to say your friend has an allergy, which seems bad to me, but what do I know? But they could be in recovery or following a specific religion that would make alcohol a huge no-no. Your friend was rude, but it sounds like she wasn't rude after she found out that the staff lied and was dismissive. It's not okay to dismiss, hey, I think this had alcohol, it tastes like it, and I'm itchy because of an allergy. I would say, what does this mean? I would say ESH or ESH, but I do think the peanut analogy has merit. Another comment says, you're the asshole. I worked in the service industry and this was a big mistake on the restaurant's part. We take food allergies seriously and the staff really messed up by gaslighting and lying to each other. It was a small rash this time, but the next time when a customer has a peanut allergy, support your friend. Yep. So overall, this person is the asshole. And I guess I did not read that right. I missed a lot of things. But yeah, what do you guys think about their stories? I want to try doing more of these throughout the month. Let me know what you guys think about these stories. If you guys can, please like and subscribe. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, please leave a comment and let me know your guys' thoughts on these stories. And I hope to hear from you guys next time. You guys have a good night or good morning, depending on what day it is for you. Right now it's 7:35 p.m. for me. So you guys have a good rest of your night/morning, and I'll post again soon.